Welcome back, Fab Fellows. Today our story begins as Royal Knight Rishi is killed during an invasion by Emperor Arnold of Galen Empire. Surprisingly, she wakes up 5 years in the past on the night her fiancé Prince Dietrich exiled her for made-up crimes. Rishi isn't bothered, though, because she's caught in a time loop, and this will be the 6th time she has died at 20 and awoken at 15 again on the night of her exile. During each loop she has led completely different lives, but no matter the path, she always meets her end during the inevitable war. It seems like she is trapped in a time loop, doomed to repeat the same tragedy. She is desperate for a way out. Will she find it? Before I unravel more, I humbly ask you to subscribe and support. Your kindness and generosity are much appreciated. Coming back to the story, this is the 7th time Rishi has relived her life. Rishi begins to narrate her first life. She receives the news of the annulment, and Prince Dietrich humiliates her in front of the entire court. Following that, she also gets disowned by her parents. She walks and comes across a group of merchants. She befriends them and tags along with them on their journey. She learns to trade under the chief and then sets out on her own as a merchant. Regrettably, this chapter concludes abruptly as she becomes ensnared in the chaos of war. Continuing her tale, Riesz delves into her second life. She's taken aback to confront Prince Dietrich once more, enduring his scornful demeanor. Returning home, she aims to gather her belongings before joining the merchants. Unfortunately, she is late to intercept the merchants and instead uses the money to travel the seas and study medicine. Yet again, she finds herself entangled in the turmoil of war. Transitioning to her third life, following the annulment, Riesz assembles her possessions and embarks on a journey to specialize in the same field of study as her prior life. Along the way, she befriends Dr. Mitchell Evan, a brilliant scholar in the same domain. Unfortunately, this life also ends after getting swept up in war. Riesz spends her 4th life as a handmaid in a duke's household, yet her fate remains unchanged, meeting her end once more. Fast forward to her 6th life. She assumes the guise of a man, fighting as a knight, only to meet a similar fate. In the 7th life, she plans to do things differently. As she is leaving the castle after the annulment, she plans to jump out of a window. She accidentally bumps into Prince Arnold in the hallway, who murdered her in her 6th life only minutes ago. Being 5 years younger, Arnold is not yet emperor, and he is instantly drawn to her confidence, though she is indifferent to him since it was the war Arnold started that has killed her 6 times. Arnold is surprised to know she already knows his name, considering it is his first time being around. She quickly flees after telling him about her recent annulment, and he is surprised to see her jump out of the balcony. As Riesz arrives at her home, she finds the prince standing at her gates along with her mother. The prince tries to humiliate her in front of everyone, but it backfires on him as she isn't impacted by the annulment. Instead, she humiliates him in public and even shows sympathy for his next fiancée, Lady Marie. Just as she tries to flee, Prince Arnold abruptly strikes her with a sword, but she reflexively blocks it and successfully defends herself. Surprised by her adept swordsmanship, Arnold realizes she is a master of the blade. Rather than hostility, he is impressed, and out of the blue, he asks her to marry him. Dietrich's father, the king, arrives disgusted by his son's behavior and apologizes to Rishi, imploring her to accept Arnold's proposal to maintain friendship between their nations. Rishi accepts, hoping to discover why Arnold declares war in the future after assassinating his own father. She also informs Arnold he is never to touch her and she won't be performing any royal duties. Traveling to his empire, they are attacked by bandits, and Rishi is surprised that Arnold shows mercy by defeating them without killing them. Rishi earns his men's loyalty by mixing an antidote for their poisoned sword wounds. Arnold thanks her, as each of his knights are valued friends. Rishi is confused what could turn such a caring man into a tyrant. Arnold reveals that for political reasons she is technically his hostage, though Rishi is pleased as this will provide a justification for lazing around. Arriving in Galen, Rishi takes over a disused royal villa which she cleans herself, puzzling her guards. There, she encounters and helps Elsie, a new maid being bullied by older maids. Arnold really likes all the things Riesz can do, especially because noble ladies usually don't possess such ability, and he promises to support her in doing whatever she wants. Rishi refuses to fall for his charm and is determined to uncover the evil in his heart. Arnold decides to reveal Rishi as his fiancée at a royal party. This does not sit well with the noble's jealous daughters who attempt to prank her, though she easily outwits them. While dancing with Arnold, Rishi analyzes his movements to decipher how he killed her so easily and discovers his left shoulder is covered in old scars that limit his movement, though he asks her to keep this secret. While helping the maids, Rishi notes most of the bullying is from senior maid Diana and quickly determines the reason. At the maid selection, Diana is horrified to learn Rishi is Arnold's fiancé and that Elsie and other junior maids have been selected while she has not. Rishi points out that, as a merchant's daughter, Diana is the only maid who can read and write, which helped her learn faster, causing her to become frustrated at slow learners like Elsie. Realizing her error, Diana sincerely apologizes and is amazed when Rishi declares her royal villa will be where all junior maids train, with Diana in charge of teaching them to read and write. Arnold is amused by Rishi's craftiness. Rishi arranges a meeting with Kine of the area trading company, the merchant who trained her in her first life, whom she is determined to have as her ally once again. Kine refuses to do business with her, pointing out a future queen would never use such a small trading company for her wedding without a political motive, and he is uninterested in royal politics. Needing him to avoid Arnold's future war, Rishi remembers Kine's fondness for risky gambles and sneaks out of the palace to offer him a deal. If in 7 days she can create a profitable business, he will become her trading partner, no questions asked. Arnold is upset. Not that she snuck out, as she is free to do as she wants, but she did so without guards. He then insists next time she sneaks out, she take him with her for protection and fun. After sharing a midnight snack, Rishi tells him of her wager with Kine but hides the details. Arnold is amused, then abruptly warns Rishi if she encounters his younger brother, Theodore, she should ignore him. The next day she encounters Theodore, who conspiratorially warns her he will free her from being Arnold's hostage. Rishi overhears Arnold creating a policy that the army protects civilians, not just nobles, once again confusing her how different he is to his future self. With a fake note from Arnold, Theodore succeeds in luring Rishi to a church alone at midnight. Theodore tries to impress on Rishi that Arnold is a war criminal who even killed their mother, then is shocked that Rishi already knew and even brought Arnold to the meeting. Theodore quickly leaves. Despite his anger, Rishi asks why so many people think he is evil when he does so much good. Arnold hints at atrocities he had to commit during war and is surprised by her willingness to confront him, then shocks her with their first kiss. Rishi enlists her maids in creating nail polish to show Kine and learns from Elsie that poverty is quite a problem. Rishi thus offers Kine exclusive rights to manufacture polish as long as he only hires workers from the slums. Kine is skeptical until Rishi recites a lesson she once learned from him. When he still refuses, Rishi reveals she knows he has a sick sister, Arya. Kine is furious until Rishi reveals she has been cultivating her own herb garden for this express reason and has created a medicine to cure her for free, even if he still refuses her partnership. Casting aside his arrogance, Kine agrees to Rishi's proposal without further hesitation. Rishi faints from her several sleepless nights but is later kidnapped from her room by Elsie and her guard camel, who take her to Theodore. That's all for today's tale. Stay connected to unravel more twists and turns in Ries's journey. Kindly subscribe to keep the stories spinning. Your support fuels the creation of more captivating tales. Thank you for being a part of our storytelling journey.